built a citizen web, the Internet of Things meets blockchain. So a couple of weeks ago you've read this newspaper article that we're building a data dictatorship. And this is something that I worried a lot about. Actually, a couple of years ago in Brussels, there was a woman talking in a red dress to commission people and scientists, and she proposed a project called Matrix Reloaded. And this matrix does now exist, actually. It's being created at CERN, and it makes us basically controllable. So we're kind of remotely controlled to some extent. And how does it work? Well, it uses big data, personal data, data that has been collected about each and every one of us. And this kind of data is being sent through machine learning algorithms such as deep learning in order to find out what we do and how we can be manipulated. And it works by creating filter bubbles around us that basically steer our attention, and with this also influence our decision making, our emotions, and our opinions. Now, Google has been one of the companies that was first to learn how we can be controlled with information, with personalized information, and governments got interested in that kind of technology too. And as I said, it's turning us to some extent into marionettes, and I think this is actually bad because it reduces our capability to be creative and innovative. And I'm not the only one who is seeing it this way. Actually, there are quite a few tech billionaires now in Silicon Valley that are trying to do something against this and break us free from this matrix that has been created. But you know, we can do that actually ourselves. We don't need to be billionaires to do that. And in fact, I believe we're just in front of a gigantic transformation of our society and economy. And in fact, it's a triple transformation. The first one is the digital transformation that comes with automation. Thanks to artificial intelligence, will set free about 50% of today's people, and we'll have to find new jobs for them, and actually we'll need them to build this low carbon economy that we need to create within just 15 years time. So there will be also an ecological transformation that is pressing, and a financial transformation too, because the current financial system is not working any longer. So the paradigm shift is actually from this over-regulation that we have today towards creating systems that would support the self-organization of people, of institutions, of companies, and everything that matters. And in fact, it would work a little bit as it has been described in this fable of bees. You know, beehives that are highly organized, even though bees don't have a very high level of intelligence. And we also know these fascinating flocks of birds. And there are many other examples that show that self-organization can create really fascinating outcomes. And we can now build society in such a way because the Internet of Things is there and allows us to create a bit invisible hand that actually works 300 years after Adam Smith came up with this idea. And the entire point is to measure real-time data and create the real-time feedback such that we get the right kinds of interactions, and self-organization would create the desired outcome like magic. And that can be done actually in a multi-level way and in a way that leaves us degrees of freedom for creativity and innovation, which I think is very important. Now, to be more specific, I think the crucial element will be this Finance 4.0 platform, a platform which basically will create an efficient, liberal, participatory, social, democratic, and ecological system. And the Nervousnet platform that we're working on could be really a crucial element for this. The idea is to run the Internet of Things as a citizen web, and it would be very important to protect privacy and to give us back informational self-control. And the idea is to use the tools that we have, such as smartphones, and the sensors that are in there to build a global measurement system that citizens would run. A system that we can trust, so that's kind of the crucial thing. And then we could use that actually to measure what economists call externalities, such as noise and stress and emissions and poisons and unemployment and waste that's being created. And all of that would basically get a prize. And the other things that we'd like to have, such as social cooperation, environmental friendly production, reuse of resources and all that, that would get a value. And in fact, what's needed is to run a multidimensional incentive system on top of those measurements that would be done in a crowdsourced way. And with that multidimensional incentive system, we can then basically incentivize the kind of things I'd like to see in our society. So that would drive our society towards circular economy and a sharing economy that will overcome many of the problems that we have today. So this is really crucial, and it's crucial that citizens have a say in this. We'll also see the economy for that. We'll have to reinvent half of the economy apparently, and it's important that we create new opportunities for everyone. I think that needs to be the principle of that new economy. So if we have platforms and digital assistants that help us to be more creative and more innovative, platforms that inform us better to take better decisions and that help us to coordinate each other and cooperate, yes, then we will end up with better products and more successful companies and also nicer cities and a better world. And so what we need to unleash is combinatorial innovation. Lego is a good way to illustrate the power of combinatorial innovation. It requires interoperability and openness and participatory opportunity. So the goal is to create something like an information, innovation, service and production ecosystem, something like a gigantic sharing economy that's owned by the people, where we can all contribute with our own ideas and products and services. And in fact, that has unlimited potential. So in principle, we could all be doing well. There are enough resources for all people in the world if we just manage them better. And so the goal is of this hackathon to create new opportunities for all. It means produce data that could be the basis for this digital society and economy. Data that people can then use for their own data analytics and applications and services. So that would be really a big step ahead towards digital democracy, and I'm very happy to welcome you here because you will be the pioneers who will make this happen. And so I'd like to wish you a lot of fun with this, a lot of success. There will be some prizes. I'll be back in 2 days, and I'll be really excited to see what you came up with in that time, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everyone who has contributed to the organization of this, and also to the hackathon itself, with your ideas, with your commitment, and with this. Have fun, and thank you so much.